Okay, let's talk about that Metroid tease at the end of the Origami King trailer. How's it going, guys? This is ElectricVideoGamer here, and today's video is going to be a bit of a short one. It's technically an EVG Speaks video, I don't know. It's kind of an analysis of the trailer and my personal thoughts on it. So, it's not the whole trailer, it's just about the Metroid tease at the end. So, let me get into my theorem here. So, a lot of people feel like the end of the Paper Mario, the Origami King trailer teases something Metroid, considering the fact that Paper Mario literally is wearing a paper mache helmet, various suit helmet, and playing like he's Samus. It's hilarious. It's adorable, actually. But that's beside the point. The point is, a lot of people think that that is teasing a new Metroid project coming from Nintendo. Normally, I would brush this off as, you guys are looking too deeply on this. It's just an Easter egg. But I think that they're onto something. I think that it is a tease. But what is it a tease for, and why have a tease at all if you're not going to follow it up immediately with something else? Both of these questions will be answered in this theory. So my theory was that Paper Mario, the Origami King, was meant to be the first game revealed in an early year Nintendo Direct. That's right, guys. I'm talking about... I know we had the Direct Mini in April, but I am positive that that was hodgepodge together. Wasn't even planned. That was hodgepodge together because of the times we're living in now. Which means that it's likely that we may have had a full Nintendo Direct ready earlier in the year, probably sometime in March, maybe even February. And I firmly believe that this trailer was there. This trailer was in that potential Direct that was probably canceled and shaved apart to make a Direct Mini. I imagine the Direct Mini was more or less made in some semblance of a panic because Nintendo needed to get some news out. But the issue is, again, COVID. The whole situation with COVID has kind of put a damper on things. And here's something that people don't understand about development. When people who work on games and whatnot have to suddenly work from home, they don't get all of their materials to suddenly start working on games immediately out the gate. I anticipate, especially for Nintendo, that there was quite a bit of dead air in the transition of having to work from home or having to change locales. And because Nintendo A likes to keep everything to their chest and B likes to keep everything unified, like, national and all that stuff, for the most part. Well, don't worry about collector's editions. Because of these factors, Nintendo probably had a bigger struggle trying to transition in this situation than anyone else has. Like, we think about Wonderful 101 and the fact that the digital release still happened, but the physical release had to be delayed. And even though Final Fantasy VII Remake was about to launch when all this work from home stuff started, they still were struggling to get the games delivered on time. So, what this all means essentially is that this whole situation was abrupt and it caused a lot of people to stop work. Okay? A lot of things had to halt, a lot of things had to be readjusted. No one was unaffected, least of all Nintendo. So that's why I firmly believe that they may have had a Direct planned for early in the year, but because of the whole thing, they had to change things fast, which means they had to silently cancel it. And then they had to take what they did have and then hodgepodge it all together to just quickly get a Direct Mini out, and that's what we got in April. That is my theory. So, keeping in line with that theory, that would explain the Metroid tease at the end of Paper Mario the Origami King. Because the Metroid Tease, if the Paper Mario the Origami King trailer aired first in whatever early year direct we had, or at least early on, then it's likely that that said direct would have probably ended with the announcement of some sort of Metroid game. If I had to guess, probably that 2D Metroid Dread that we've heard about in the rumors. Now you guys probably know by this point. I haven't made a lot of videos recently, but the ones I did make, I made full well to predict. I made it fully known that I predicted 2D Metroid for this year, early on. 2D Metroid and Paper Mario. I firmly believe that both were going to happen this year. And now, Paper Mario has happened. Now we're just waiting on 2D Metroid, and I still firmly believe that that will happen. Either way, and also keeping in tandem with that, the reason why, I should also explain why they held back the Paper Mario trailer from the Direct Mini, and I think that's simply because they weren't confident in its release yet. Nintendo put out that warning saying that the release dates were subject to change, but keep in mind that they mostly showed third-party developed games in that Direct. So what that says to me is that that entire Direct Mini was relying mostly on their third-party producers, pretty much, their third-party developers. The games that they knew they were going to get out on time, or the updates that they knew they were going to get out on time, that's what they put in there. They put in Xenoblade because they knew that was going to come out on the 29th, no questions asked. They put out the Pokemon DLC because they knew that was going to come out when it was, no questions asked. They put out Bravely Default 2, although they didn't give it an actual date. I know they just published it, but you get the idea. They didn't know about Origami King. Again, this was abrupt, so that means all development of the game probably stopped. And I've mentioned this before on Twitter, but just because a game is about to release doesn't mean that they stop developing it. They don't stop developing and getting stuff ready for a game until like the very last minute, because there's way more to development than just writing code. So, needless to say, they've probably been trying to get back on their feet and get stuff going. And Paper Mario the Origami King, I think, is the first real sign of that. The first real sign of them saying, okay, we're getting back on it, we can finish this. Let's post the trailer with this release date that we had. It's likely Paper Mario may have even come earlier, but it may have been like silently delayed a bit. So you never know. Either way, that's my prediction. That's my belief on it. That's my theory. There's 3 words that mean slightly different things. It's my theory on the matter. So that's why I think that the Paper Mario trailer does tease a 2D Metroid coming soon, because I think both were meant for an earlier direct, but because of the world and how crazy it is, they don't know, we don't know, nobody knows. So they're going to wait until they do know. So we should wait too. That's about it. Sorry about my rambling. I just wanted to get this off my chest, and what better way to do so than get it on recording. I'll post this a little bit later. Probably the next day. I'm recording on Friday. Either way. So yeah. Thank you guys so much for listening. If you guys enjoy my little talks and whatnot, y'all can follow me on Twitter at the EVG. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Whatever you want to do. Yes, I know I'm shilling. Just, I have to. Anywho. Thank you guys so much. And I will catch you guys in the next one. See you later.